The worst people I've met in life, I met them in church. And guess what? The best people, I mean, the very best of people I have in my life right now, they are church people like me, and I met them in church. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. It's Obiogara again. If you are new, thank you very much for clicking through. And if you're a returning subscriber, God bless you. So please guys, before the end of this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm a church girl, and if church people are offensive, I can tell you that I'm one of the many people that have been offended by church people before. And if there's one thing I know about church, is that church is not just a religious place or a spiritual place. Church is also a social gathering. People go to church for several reasons, like for different reasons. And if you are not going to church to worship God, you will be offended by church people because we see things daily. I can liken church to be like a hospital where people with several problems come to look for help, especially spiritual problems. And it's okay to have problems. It's okay to go to church for help. The best reason that should take you to church is to worship God. Because if you're not going to church to worship God or to honor God and you just carry yourself to church, I can tell you that the devil will orchestrate scenarios that will ensure that you don't come back to church. And honestly, it's something that we see almost frequently. There was once a time in my life that I was also a social church goer, not because I was just going to enjoy myself. I loved God, but in this kingdom, in Christianity, anything you do without knowledge is religion. So I was just going to church for religious purposes, for social purposes, and I thought my going to church was actually touching heaven, whereas it opened me up to emotional and verbal abuse. Why it was so terrible for me, why it depressed me a lot, was because I just gained admission. I was still a teenager, and I lived a kind of life, a kind of rugged life, not bad promiscuous life in body school, but a kind of rugged life. So me going to church was a period of brokenness for me. So I don't know, but God just captured my heart. But I did not really understand the ways of God. I thought God saved me in order for me to start going to church, joining the church sect. I didn't know that there was more to this Christianity. So I gave myself to this church. When I gained admission, I was attending a particular church. I was attending a denomination in a particular branch. So I gave myself to these people. I thought these people were going to love me, were going to accept me, take me in. But I don't know how the devil just did it. These people ensured that these people just hated me for no reason. I don't just know why. And when I noticed that these people did not like me, I kept on trying to impress them, trying to prove to them that I'm a good girl, I want to belong. And I was in a department. So I was very committed in the church and also in the department. So one day I did not come for rehearsal. Oh my god, I've exposed myself. Yes, it was the choir department. I didn't come for rehearsal because it rained throughout the night. I mean, it was meant to be a night rehearsal, so it rained throughout the night. And where I stayed, to the church was a long distance. So coming out that night wasn't really good. I mean, for a young teenage girl, you know. So the next time when we met, when I went to church, it now gave those people the opportunity to attack me. They insulted me. In fact, they told me to walk out, like I should leave the church. I was crying throughout that night. I was so hot. I cried. I felt rejected. I felt like I'm not good enough for these people. I felt unholy. When you feel like God rejects you, because I was taking these people as my people, because God planted me in this church. And that time I believed in God, but I did not really have faith. My faith was not so strong. Believing in God is different from having faith in God. I believed in God because I just recently encountered God. It was not like a vision encounter. I had something like a breast lump, a painful lump on my breast. So the first day I went to that church, God healed me, like the pain, everything disappeared. So that was like the first miracle I was experiencing as a person in my life. So that established me in faith. Other than that, I did not know anything about God. All I know is that I've joined church, So I was so hot. I did not really know what to do. So I kept on staying because of God, because of my knowledge of God. I will not call it an in-depth knowledge of God. I'll just say because I knew God and I did not want to be far away from God. But other than that, because I was, still new in this faith doctrine, I was still living a double standard life. So personally, I was struggling with sin and I was struggling with identity crisis. I was struggling with people in the church not liking me. And it was just so bad. I wish I knew then what I know now. I would have changed church. Worst comes to worst, if you are going through a hard time in any denomination or they keep gossiping about you, treating you in ways that you don't like, it's better to change church. Just imagine, what if I did not really have an encounter with God? What if God has not really proven himself through the miracle of healing I had? What I would have just left church and backslidden entirely and just decide that church people are hypocrites. And exactly, they were really hypocrites, but their hypocrisy should not push anyone away from God. A lot of people have left God. A lot of people have totally disregarded church things and the things of God because of the way they were treated in church. I have also been through a hard time in church. Like, I have also been insulted and humiliated and rejected by church people. But it cannot affect my worship to God. You must not worship God in Redeem. You must not worship God in Catholic. You must not worship God in any other denomination. If the pain is too much and you love your denomination that much, change branch. You must not serve God in a particular church. The worst people I've met in life, I met them in church. And guess what? The best people, I mean the very best of people I have in my life right now, they are church people like me, and I met them in church. So for the fact that you've not met good people doesn't mean that they are not good people in church. Finally, I left the church, but I wish I left that church earlier. I wish I took that step on time because I exposed myself to offense, I exposed myself to abuse that I had to deal with for a long time. Like for months, I was going through a healing process. Like I would remember what they did to me. I'll be crying. Something that happened 5 months ago was still making me to cry till this day. Like it was such a painful period. But guess what? I'm healed. Like, and I love them. If I think about them right now, I just wish the best for them. Honestly, as I speak to you this moment, I have totally forgiven them. I don't have anything against them. Don't allow anybody to injure you, no matter who that person is. Even if he's the pastor or she's the pastor's wife or anybody in that church, leave the church. Don't fight with anybody. Don't quarrel with anybody. Just leave. If they come to look for you in your house 2 months later, tell them that for the sake of your peace and your joy, you now attend another church. Simple and short. Change church, but please don't stop church. Anything that makes you feel that you should not attend any church again, you should just be at home reading your Bible and praying. Let me just tell you, your spiritual life is under serious attack. It's true you can be praying and studying your Bible at home, but you will not last, honestly. You will soon grow cold. If, as a matter of fact, you backslide, I can assure you this one. Quote me anywhere. You always need a community of brethren that you worship God together with. Later on, when I left, I changed campus. I joined another group of believers, and they were the best. I love them. DCF, I love you. Encounter Network, I love you so much. Really, I met good people there. For the fact that, okay, the people I met in time past were bad doesn't now define my attitude towards the new people. When I met this new sect, I was thinking that it was going to be the same thing I had with them. But no, God really blessed me with the right people. So guys, please, no matter how bad, no matter how much they hurt you, no matter how much they castigated you, judge you, it's true. Church people are very good judges. Like those people are the panel of judges in the universe. I don't know why. We church people, let me include myself, we judge people a lot, especially if the church has strict doctrines. There are some churches where ladies don't wear trouser. If you don't cover your hair, you look like a witch. And if you come dressing the way you are used to, they'll look at you like a mad person. Sometimes they'll even join you close, telling you go to hell and all these kind of things. But that should not push you away from church. Go to a church that makes you feel loved. Nothing is by force in this world. The ultimate goal of our Christian life is to worship God in truth and in spirit. And honestly, it saddens me when I see unbelievers not wanting to go to church because of the negative experience they've had in time past with church people. So, guys, and I know that I'm not just talking to non church goers, I'm also talking to Christians, born again Christians. Let's trust God for the grace of love to really accept people, not just love, for wisdom. People differ, like people have so many personality abnormalities and differences. So if we are wise enough, we will interact with people in understanding, in love, in wisdom, and God will help all of us. We are all growing. The spiritual level I am now is not where I was when I was in that church that they treated me like something. If I had the understanding then that I have now, I would have remained in that church and nothing will shake me. Right now, the strength I have now, I did not have it then. So different people are operating different levels of emotional, psychological strength. And any small thing you just do to them, they get offended, they feel sick. But right now, I'm good, I'm cool. There's nothing you want to do to me that will make me change church, because if I change my denomination right now, it's because God tells me, okay, your season in this church is over. I want you to worship me there. But if you have not gotten to that point where you can look, like overlook what people are doing to you, change church so that you don't start feeling bad, depressed, you don't start harboring bitterness in your heart. Honestly, I dealt with it for a very long time. It was a very painful process, and it's not something I wish someone out there, whether you're a friend or an enemy. So guys, I've come to the end of this video. If you have any question at all you want to ask me, please drop it in the comment box. If you have anything at all you want to ask me, drop it in the comment box. If you want my WhatsApp number, drop it in the comment box. So thank you very much. See you at my next video. And please guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you've not liked this video up until this time, I don't want to swear for you, but please, guys, like this video so that many more people can see it. And if there's anyone you feel like the person needs to hear this, please share this video with them. And also, don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you can get to know. Bye bye.